Welcome back to Yanni's Image channel. Today I'm going to be making a very delicious dish. And it is, most of the time, can be a whole meal. So this is one of my favorite dishes because it's very tasty. Because personally, I love potatoes. Pretty much everything of potatoes I love besides mashed. Because they're so soft. And they're much healthier than French fries. I don't blame the people who like French fries because I don't like them. But what I'm making now is much healthier and tastes, some people same, some better. To me, tastes similar, but, well, the one we're making now is tastier. So what I'm making are air fried potato slices. So they're like chips, but they're much healthier. So first, the slices are thicker, and they're not deep fried. They're in this air fryer we have right here. And it's not on yet, so it's not a hot service now, but it will be. As with most fruits and veggies, and most stuff that comes straight from nature, you will need to wash them. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash them to get as much bacteria as possible to make sure it doesn't stay on the peels when it's in, so it doesn't spread once we peel it and air fry, because when it's in the middle stage of air frying, it's good heating for the bacteria to spread. So now we have our both potatoes and we're going to wash them. So we're going to turn on warm water, and what we're going to do is we're going to wash it like this with both hands. Like you're petting a cat, but you're not petting. You're scrubbing hard. You would normally not pet hard, but you do scrub hard. This is not warm. Now, remember, you don't want it too hot, or else your hand will become a little hot. Now we're going to wash the other one. I actually should have put it here, not there. I just thought the table wasn't clean and right place. We shouldn't do that. So now that our potatoes are washed, we're going to go back to our main area and we're going to peel them. But before that, the potatoes want to be friends. So this is actually a ceramic peeler, which is pretty different. But it's a very good one because it doesn't dull with steel ones. So I'm going to hold it with my left hand very gently, and then I'm going to peel it, just like I am. So you don't want your fingers getting to touch a blade, otherwise it's like sitting your fingers were hot dogs, and you have a knife, and you want to cut the hot dogs in half. Your fingers will get cut. You see these areas? There are lower bits like valleys in the potatoes, which we could reach with the peeler, but we're not going to because that would peel off too much potato. So what we're going to do later, we're going to use this knife. Oh, I'm not, obviously. That would be too dangerous. But my dad is. Who's actually filming right now. And thank you to him for sponsoring my entire channel. So, even though it's not an actual sponsor. It's hard to reach these potato valleys. Now I'm going to do the other side, and I can finish the rest off camera. The reason why I like to do one side first is because then, since I've not already done the other side, it's a little easier to slip. And especially when I was making the champagne gelato, which you could have seen, you could have watched, the mangoes completely slipped out of my hands a lot of the time. It was very hard. So, I don't want to copy that. I'm going to finish the rest off camera, but before that, I'm going to show you how to do the ends. You do it just regularly. See, it's a little harder to do it when you're almost done. But you do it like this, sort of. You kind of go like everywhere else. Now I just finished. So now what we're going to do is we're going to temporarily move it out of the tray. Well, it's served on the tray, but you know what I mean. So we're careful. What we do is we bend it like this. This is the real side. This is the easier way to do it from here. It might not look good for the camera though. And not all of them are, some of them want to stick on, so like, you might have to do this. Next step, well this has to go in trash not too, but we're not trashing it now. So what we're going to be doing is I actually got permission to cut the potatoes. So what you do is to give it high surface area, we're doing it at an angle, slight angle. So we're going to start from the front, cut slices. Remember, this is not to be done without adult supervision if you're a child. And it's my dad just had to explain something because I didn't know how to do it correctly. Never touch a knife. Remember, fingers away. But don't want too much pressure, or else it's just gonna slam the table. That was a long slice. Look, I'm saying for the time it takes. So what do you do when the knife gets closer to your fingers? You just back up the fingers. But still, you have to hold it tight. Oh, that was too thin. You don't want to cut too thin or a cure. This is called a santoku knife. This is a regular knife. So these ridges help the food not to stick. You see the ridges? They help the food not to stick. And this is a regular one. You might have thought this is a regular one or this is a regular one. Well, there's two different types. There is two different types, but this is the rarer type. Or the less common type. Do that again. And I thought it was never too thin. Okay, I think it's getting too cautious, and there was also the potato that I can just hold on to. It's getting too cautious. I'm gonna have my dad take over for the rest of this potato. My dad helped me finish on the first one. The first potato. Potatoes are not called ones. This does not work with potato chips yet. Do you know why? They haven't been fried. And they are thicker than potato chips. That's the difference. And they're slices. They're not actually like chopped automatically. So the next process is we just finished slicing, so now I have to prepare to air fry. And this is the air fry tray. And if you tap it, it's loud. I'm warning you. So this aluminum foil tray conducts heat easier because it's aluminum, conducts heat, and it's much lighter. If you have ever felt Japanese coins, they're also made of aluminum and they're very, very light. This weighs around as much as a coin this size, which is pretty small. More importantly than weight, can be fried on both sides. Even though the top gets fried more, the bottom also gets fried a bit. So our cookies are only very good, high quality. And this is actually from this. Just over the time, air got in and mixed. This is made for grilling and frying because it has a higher melting point than usual olive oil. And that means that it will not burn. When you boil water for too long, it just completely disappears or burns off. This doesn't happen with olive oil. So it has a higher melting point, which will keep it from burning when we're frying it at high temperatures. So this is just a storage container for this. So this is just a storage container, which means I'm just gonna have to pour some in here. And we should cover the surface with olive oil. And don't forget to mention that olive oil will have to stick to potatoes when they're fried. So you can see I put a coating of oil on it. Remember, some of it gets soaked in the potatoes. And personally, I love extra oil, so it might be too much for you, but for me, it's perfect. And olive oil is extremely healthy, so it's very good. And also, you evenly distribute it so the potatoes don't get burned too much. So what I'm gonna do is actually go into marinating. So you put the potatoes in, and then you like use your hands to get it all oily. Try to put them flat. Maybe it's too little. The next step is very basic, proper seasoning. I personally am very plain. I do not like spicy foods, but I do like salt. I am a very salty fan. So you actually need to salt it not too much, not too little. Too much, that's too salty. Too little, where's the salt? So this is a built-in grinder, which is really cool. So all you need to do is just spin it, and it grinds. And this is a high-quality natural sea salt. So you know how sea salt is made? They get ocean water, then they dry it, and they evaporate it, and what's left is the salt. And obviously the water goes back in the water cycle, so it doesn't harm the oceans. And personally, a lot of sea salt, for some reason, is Mediterranean. It's a little hard with wet hands. Maybe I should wash my hands. So what I have to do is I have to add more olive oil first, and then I'm gonna mix it up again, and then I can season it more. You don't want it all to stink, otherwise the top is gonna burn off. So I'm gonna take out best onions, and as I am, mix it up and make sure it is salted and saturated with olive oil. Remind me of slime mixing. It looks almost ready. Yeah, and it is almost ready. It looks like I can't eat it now. I can't. It's raw. I have to fry it and then it's ready. And remember, in the video, I will try it. Well, not try it because I already tried it, but show you how delicious it is. And some almonds made it in there too. That's from all the trial and error. Some of them have strange cuts or broken parts. I think we're good. I just have to salt it a little bit more. Oh, now my hands aren't even dirtier than before washing. I bet this is gonna slip. I can't even turn it. I have to wipe my hands. It's actually a little oily from the last time I used it, so it's still impossible. I'm gonna have to get paper towel. Let's see if this helps. Now let's see. still too early, but helped. I think we're good. That was mildly funny. Later, off camera, I'm gonna have to watch it with soap and water. No, wait. Why did I keep getting away? So we're gonna put it into that air fryer, and then we're gonna set the temperature and time. So unfortunately, for now, I do not know what temperature to set it, but I know around like 200, 300. So, but my dad will teach me. That's the whole point, because I don't know everything, and Dad's gonna tell me. So, Daddy, what time do I set it? So we're gonna set the cook time to 5 minutes. And then, the cook temperature is 420 degrees, which is much higher than I expected. Fair credit, right? And this is the sound the air fryer makes. And actually, it's quite quiet. It's like when I'm only a couple feet away. Like, so we'll give it 5 minutes to cook, and then we're gonna come back. But before you skip to, stay tuned. And warning. Caution hot surfaces now in here, and handle care. We do not want anyone's fingers burned. It is very bad. And you do not want to go to the emergency room. So be careful. And always be supervised by an adult if you're a child. And here is a way to know if your adult is responsible or not. If the adult doesn't give you gloves, the adult is crazy, because laws protect from heat. Okay, I could touch. Not hard. The gloves are like warning, caution, removers. And you could touch very hot objects. Well, now like 1,000 degrees, like my temperature, but like hot. And these are Owen gloves. No, they're oven gloves. But it's similar to my name. And I am Owen. And now I will talk a little bit. Don't forget, because I'm going to actually eat it. And I'm not going to try it, because I already had it for like a really long time. See you when I start to eat it. And actually, you thought I was going to be eating now. Actually, we're not. So I have 2 minutes till I eat. So I want to tell you how the air fryer actually works. I actually have way more time than we expected, because actually we're flipping it in 2 minutes. So I'm going to tell you how the air fryer works. So the top part is the heating part. The top part actually has a heating element. There's a powerful circulating fan in it. There should be air coolers, not air fryers. If it's a fan, it's a cooler. It's just a joke. So what does circulates the hard air that it produces, and then it circulates the entire thing. So the smaller, the faster it takes to heat it up, and the same for cooling it down. The bigger, the longer it takes, and more energy. And this does require electricity, like most products now. You see, there's the water. It's gonna beep sometime around now. Oh, I knew it was gonna. Now it's on to flip. Be careful not to flip it. The lid is actually heavy. So I'm gonna put them on the working table and flip them. So actually I could, when it cools down, I actually could try them, but I'm not gonna yet, because I don't want it, it's not fried enough yet for me to want to eat it now. I like it very fried and crunchy and crispy. Even though I don't like crispy apples or regular apples. Remember, you don't want to do it for too long. Otherwise, it's going to cool down too much, a lot, and it's going to take more time to do it. Just remember the next time. And that also goes for a lot of other things when you flip. Like when you're grilling. Unfortunately, do you want to know why when we're marinating the fish, we didn't actually grill it on the channel? We actually didn't have time. My dad grilled it. Maybe I can actually grill one time my hand channel because I actually know how to grill it because my dad actually showed me how to do it once when I was on vacation. So maybe if you comment, actually sometime soon, I will be grilling on the channel if you comment. But only if you comment. Remember, all the videos you can't comment. If you can't, it's some kind of error. So you're gonna put it in there. We're gonna heat it for the same time, but we're gonna heat it this time for 10 whole minutes. And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna tell you a fun fact. Did you know that when I'm frying, or Grandma fries it, the potatoes, for like 10 minutes, because the oil does melt a little bit. It actually, I couldn't do it with the gloves. It actually kind of sticks together. Not like sticks, like becomes closer. 360 wrong. 420. And then, wait, we already did that. Oh no, we didn't. 10 minutes. And then start. We're actually going to flip it one more time before we finish. Pause, watch, clear. That's what we click. Gloves back on. Again, I'm putting on the only gloves, but they're not actually. It's a joke. Ooh, they look almost ready. But only the front is actually almost ready. I had to actually flip it. Huh? Now it's getting nice dark brown color. As you can see, some of them already stuck together. Now completely are sticking together. You see? Some have actually stuck to like here. It's pretty cool. I don't personally like that because it doesn't look. Oops. Well, you see the ones under aren't completely. It's not that easy to flip. You don't want any runaways. I told you it would be delicious. And I think we're good. So now we're going to put it back for another 10 minutes. And then it will be done from what I know. It's a time. Cook time. We gotta give it 10 minutes. We're gonna finally salt it. Then we're gonna put it on my serving place where I eat. And then I'm gonna enjoy. And I can actually show you how delicious it is. Luckily, I can cut the video forward so you don't have to wait a boring 10 minutes. So that's why I'll see you when it's finished. So now I think it's ready. Because I can't see it from here, I have to test. I have to open it and test and see. I'm gonna try to do it quick. Looks like it's ready. You see, now it's kind of stuck together. So now I'm going to add the final dose of salt. If in case you didn't hear me, I'm going to add just a little more salt before I eat. Yes, a little slippery from last time. I'm not speaking it very well because it's so slippery. My sister Hannah actually wants to help. So I think Hannah can do better. Thank you, Hannah. I'm going to move it around. Meanwhile, I'm going to be moving it around. Hannah, do you want some? It made me hot. But it's good. I'll also have one. It's already ready. It's good. It tastes like French's, but they're very oily and soft, which is very good. So now I have to put things back where they are, put them in a serving plate, and relax my life. Enjoy. If you're looking for a recipe, you don't need to add much. All you need to add is olive oil if you don't want to use olive oil, and salt. Okay, Hannah. I'm not going to give you any more because you didn't have your own. But I want to give you some.
Wait.
Hannah, last one. Thank you for helping. Oh. And this video is not just about Hannah or just the potato. Hannah, remember I like to copy hugs, which means when you hug me, I hug you. And Hannah also loves to copy back. Okay, I had to get eaten or else it's gonna get too cold. I like to finish chewing, so I say if I like it or not. Tastes really good. Like I said, it tastes like soft, but oily French fries, and of course sliced. And also the salt bits, because when it was oily, they were big. So when you can sometimes accidentally bite on the salt. And I'm gonna finish the videos as I finish the meal. So thank you for Daddy for suggesting this idea. And for all of you watching, and my entire channel would not be possible without Dad, because Dad is on the films all the time, unless Dad is actually in the video. And Dad helps with a lot of other stuff. That is behind the scenes, like thumbnails, end screens, and that kind of stuff. Just to let you know, the potatoes come differently, even though they're the same kind, but like they go in different batches. This batch is the best batch I ever had for like a while, like for 6 months or so. And thank you for watching to the very end, and bye!